Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Drop Podcast. This is the podcast where we pretty much play games and hang out, do our thing. So right now, I guess we are back in the village. I forget what we are actually. No, I remember. We're looking now for the man up above that plays the instruments. Instruments being that of the genre of mediocre music. Well, maybe we will wait. Oh man. So yikes. So I don't know, guys. This week has been busy. I was doing a lot of like my cousin had a birthday. So we kind of did that. And then before that was, I don't know. I mean, it was just a really, really, really busy week altogether. And I'm not using that as like an excuse or anything. Like I definitely had time that instead of using that time, I watched anime. Which I guess that's something I've been getting into anime lately. But I don't know. I mean, it's cool. I watched. Well, I actually stopped watching for like a quick second. I was kind of into Dragon Ball Z. Super. Or no, not Dragon Ball Z, but Dragon Ball Super. And then and then I got to a point where it just wasn't good, you know? And I realized that I just needed to, I don't know, just do something. I mean, it was just so dramatic and dumb, kinda, in my opinion. Like, I didn't like, how, I don't like Goku's character. I think Goku's just kind of silly as, like, I think he's just gotten worse. I honestly think that Goku's best portrayal was him as a, oh shoot, yes, okay. I'm glad I caught that. I think Goku's best portrayal was him whenever he was a kid. Like I honestly believe that Dragon Ball was the best. Portrayal of Goku. But hold on. So the Vinny has achieved a level of cool that can't be comprehended. Women love the Vinny and men envy the Vinny. I think there's a code that I'm supposed to do with this. It's been so long. I honestly forget. Might be this one. Well, maybe not. among other things, guys, I've been working on a few ideas. I have one idea. I mean, just with my music, I've been working on my music some, and I think, or I got this new mic. It's called the Blue Ember, or the Blue something mic. It's a blue. Honestly, I forget. It's the blue. Or yeah, no, Blue Ember condenser mic. But anyway, so I got this mic, and then I found out that I actually can't use it unless I have a phantom power, and I need something that connects it to my to I need something that connects it to my computer, which I guess not my computer, but my no, cuz the mic cuz the phantom power thing that I'm looking for actually comes with it comes with the thing that is going to connect to my computer. So I mean, that's not a problem, but I guess the one thing that I need to figure out is Vinny keeps me awake all night. Wait. The only thing holding you back, green pastures. Yeah. It's been there all along. Don't feel blue. Yeah, eyes on the line. Blue and green. So I guess it's blue and green. Today I had a long day too. I think I was talking about the Christmas party that I went to? Pretty much. Okay, so it's November, right? And we already had a Christmas party, but this is kind of a funny story. So, we had a Christmas party because, so I work at a wedding venue, and my wedding venue, the people or the owners of my wedding venue, for for the lady that's getting married, she wanted a Christmas tree. And so they just decided that as a party for decoration, we'll make a Christmas tree. And so that's what we ended up doing. But it was a good time, and we played this game, this really fun game. It's called like the voting game or something like that. But yeah, it was a good one. Hold on. Maybe I need to flip these off. And all of these back on. I think it should show like a cutscene whenever I get it. But yeah, it was a good time. It's just weird how early it was. The power is in the blue. So maybe I need this. No, I need this. No. Something about blue and green. I didn't work on my project much this week, and I think that's kind of what I was getting at earlier. Like I haven't, like I would say that this week has been a good week just in connection and in my relationships. But honestly, like this week I ate really bad. I don't know. I could have done better this week, I guess. Like I don't feel too good about this week's work. And that's no excuse. Like I'm gonna do better next week. But Like it wasn't like it was relaxation, but like without purpose. You know what I mean? Like I've been talking about lately, or maybe I didn't even talk about this yet, but the fact that I think that you should relax with purpose. You know, otherwise you're just, I mean, you're not really doing anything. Or I was talking to you about. When you don't feel blue, you got the eyes of the lion. Back green pastures are ahead of you. Feel the danger around you, the black darkness surrounds you. Don't feel blue, the black, the green. That's all the people I see, so. Oh, I did not realize how low on health I was. That's bad. Okay. Nope. Okay, not gonna push that. This is close encounters. But, okay. But yeah, but I was talking about, like, how you should relax with purpose, like, for creative reasons, you know, and you should always push your mind, in ways that will help you see things in a new light, or kind of like promote neurogenesis. Like you constantly want new stimulation, but also like new creative ideas. Like you don't want the same stimulations. Cause it's kind of like how push-ups, your body will get used to push-ups and will stop working as well. The same will happen with the same thing will happen with you in your brain. Like I think your brain just gets used to, I don't know, being a brain, or just doing the things that it does, and it kind of slows you down in your progress, I would say. So I ooh, this funky music. So I kind of went through that again this week, or moving without purpose, just because not that like my relationships were bad. Like I love spending that time, but I think I ate bad, and then I think I just wasted too much time. And to be honest, I think a lot of it was also that I was watching anime, because I started watching the Seven Deadly Sins, but it was like, which was good, you know, that I'm looking, or that I'm getting that kind of like artsy stimulation. But I think there's something to be said, like, too much, like you need a balance, right? You need to find the balance between that work and the relaxation. So the stress and then the de-stressing. And I think I was just out of balance with both. And the reason why I said is because I felt, you know what I mean? Because I think, you know, one of the key factors to know if what you're doing is the right thing is how you feel about it, you know. And if you feel bad about if you feel bad on the inside, that means that something that you're doing is not in agreement or not in alignment with how it should be, and you have work to do. But nevertheless, I mean, I've obviously been stimulating, you know, my brain, or at least just like receiving stuff. And I would say the biggest thing that I did this week is I actually reached out to this professor at, what is it called? It's a big school. It's kind of a big deal. I think it's an IV school. I reached out to this professor, and I might get her on my podcast. How about you? Not really worried about it yet, but I reached out to her basically just asking if she wanted to be, if she would or she would be interested in having me interview her for my project that I'm working on. And she said like she would love to. She was, I mean, it was over email, but she was just saying that she was kind of busy, which is cool. But yeah, that she would love to, and just after finals to reach out. And so I think that was really awesome, and I think that'll be really, really good, especially for the development of my project, and kind of developing also my understanding of the science of psychology, and because the biggest thing that I kind of question is like how do we learn, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of where everything is taking me at this moment. How do we learn? Is there a limit to how much we can learn? Because that's just not evident to me right now, but I think a lot of people say like, oh, like, you barely developed, you're like this, you're too young or whatever, and I just want to see like what is the, like, one, what does that mean, and is there any possible way then to speed up the progression of learning, you know what I mean? And I just kind of want to get her thoughts on it, see what she has to say about it. I've listened to some of her stuff. Her name is Tamar Kushner, and like I said, she is a Cornell University is the university that she works at. So she works at Cornell University, and she's a psychologist. Does just a lot of really, great work, a lot of cool stuff. But nevertheless, I know she's like that. Her area of research seems to be culture and how culture affects kids in the way that they learn, and she has a bunch of like fancy like causality or whatever, or like causality understanding versus I don't know, some other type of understanding. So I mean, I'm definitely gonna have to look into some of this stuff more, but nevertheless, that's just some of the information that I kind of collected from listening to some of her stuff that you can find online. But yeah, like I said, I mean, most importantly, I kind of want to see if she would be willing or would be able to either help me like work on this project, like figure out what are some things that we can do for kids, in helping their development, in teaching them kind of like this long-term thinking that is right now considered to be something that they're just too young for because their brains haven't fully developed. But I'm just curious about if that is genuinely an excuse that we can't do anything about, which I don't buy at all. Not because I'm being ignorant, but because like I just don't see the limits, and it wasn't too long ago that I was a kid, so this is kind of where I'm coming from. And I know memory can be a bad servant to you, so I'm very careful in whenever I say that, but I definitely also see children learning, and two things I can say is that children are aware and they're not stupid. I actually find that we're dumber in groups because we're almost like, I was actually talking to my sister about this earlier today. It's almost like we're competing, or at least men. We're like competing with each other in stupid ways. And it's dumb, and it makes us dumber. I think we're a lot more intelligent just on our own, in our own heads. And I think that's evident just by whenever you get people at their most vulnerable and comfortable states. Like, whenever you stay up really late, you're just hanging out with people and friends. I think people are like, those conversations are always great. And I guess, like, what makes a really good conversation is a relation. Someone listening, someone being calm, which listening takes calmness and people to, I guess, kind of shut up and also be open-minded. And I think whenever you're most vulnerable or in a state where you are vulnerable, I think that's whenever you feel that more calmness level, and you have more ability to relate with one another. So yeah, and shoot, where was I going? That was really good. Well, that was a really good thought process, but I just lost it. Relationships. Well, I don't know. I can't remember. But this week I read, or I was listening to my podcast as usual, and I ran across something that I think was really, really awesome. And it had to do with, like, learning, which is kind of what we were talking about a little bit. So what you learn is in proportion to your willingness to make a sacrifice. So I thought that was really, really incredible. And Jordan Peterson was talking about this. That's where, I got this from. Jordan Peterson was talking about, sacrifice is how much you're willing to be a fool, right? So how much you're willing to look like a fool among strangers. And part of being a fool among strangers is being vulnerable. I guess that is your sacrifice that you're making. And he was talking about how, in growth, it's in your best interest to kind of to make sacrifice and be a fool, because in being a fool, you learn through people what you shouldn't do. Like, people kind of smack you on the wrist and inform you, like, yeah, no, that's dumb. Why are you saying that? And it helps you in ways to I think understand yourself better, and just be a better individual. People make you better. I think that's true. And also, you're just happier amongst people. But I don't know. By this point, I'm just rambling. I'm not even sure. I think I forgot where I was going with sacrifice. Jordan Peterson does this stuff way more. He's just really good at his conversations. Disciplinary system, freedom within rules. This is another really interesting thing that he was talking about. He was talking about how, like, one of the things that Nietzsche loved about or like I wouldn't say loved, because he was a big critic about Christianity, but one thing that he the Catholic Church did really well in regards to uh, the country, like just England altogether, is that they set up a systematic way of living life, which I guess this is kind of what Jordan Peterson's whole goal of being is I think helping people understand how they should live their lives, or execute themselves in life properly. Almost a direct quote, almost. And so he was coming from a point of view of well, not him, but like Nietzsche, or like relating them to Nietzsche is it's kind of like whenever you play an instrument, it's whenever you first are learning how to play piano, it's not so much fun because you don't know a lot, right? You don't know enough. And so you're kind of in a place where you can't really break rules because you don't know rules. And what a system does is it kind of allows you to migrate in a world, right? How to live in a world. Which is freedom, because it gives you, I guess what it gives you is a way to understand, a way to comprehend and imagine the world in some way, which you didn't have before, or not before. That was just my tired mind. It's kind of late. I'm recording this at 11, which I don't normally usually do, but it's Friday and I just been busy. I guess I made a mistake. Let me tell you guys about this. So I was thinking about this today. I was thinking about what should I, cause I feel this urge in me to explore something. Like I want to explore a creative pursuit, and one thing that I was interested in is exploring art. And so I was thinking about, okay, what if I could do something like draw or paint, but I believe it would make a lot more sense to or not that, but a while back I was working on this project. Oh, I've been here. But anyway, a while back I was working on this project. I wanted to make this comic, and I got started and I drew like the image and I kind of had some ideas on it. But eventually it developed or I guess it was a lack of development. Like I kind of stopped working on it. But I had this really, really interesting idea today. What if I did a story podcast? Now, I would still do this, right? I would still practice this podcast. But I was thinking about, if I did a story, I could I could, this is interesting. If I did a story, then, like, I could almost, I could write scripts, and then I could almost, like, conduct these stories, like, episodes, like, every single, like, there could be, like, some, like, overarching, underlining story going on, but the majority of it would be, or the majority of the episodes would just be, like, situational things, with, like, an underlining story. And I think that'd be something fun, something very different to do, and also something that I don't think has really been done. Which, I mean, probably not true, but I mean, it would be a fun way to explore some ideas, psychologically, that I'm working on in a more thought out, well designed way. 'Cause, like, I know this is awesome for me personally, but I know, one thing about this is it's just, like, ideas right off the top of my head. And this might be a fun way to create, like, a series of content. You know what I mean? It's something that people can get excited about, kind of follow, kind of, be interested in, like, whenever it comes to characters and, I don't know, just stuff like that. And also a way for me to explore certain things, like certain possibilities and yeah, just possibilities and ideas, stuff like that, and so I don't know, I might start working on a script here pretty soon, maybe like an episode a month, because I don't want this to be anything too quick. I want it to be unique. I want it to be special. But yeah, I mean, anyway. So I don't know. And like I was saying earlier, I bought this blue mic. So that should, up the quality of the episode. Yeah, I mean, I'm just excited about it overall. But anyway, guys, I think we're coming up on some time here, and to be honest, I'm tired, and I feel like the quality of the episode might not be where it should be. Even though, I mean, there were good moments in this episode. Like, I think it was a good episode, but anyway, so if you guys are interested in this or want to support me, you can go to my website, joshuatbryan.com, where you can find more content, more info on this podcast, and all of my work. And yeah, I mean, pretty much, if you want to find anything, that's my hub, joshuatbryan.com. If you want to see some more content, though, you can also go to, okay, this is bad. If you want to see more content, then you can go to, boom, boom, boom. Then you can go to my other YouTube channel, which would be Joshua T. Bryan, 60. No, wait, is it 60? Yeah, Joshua T. Bryan 64, which is at YouTube. Otherwise, I mean, honestly, the best ways that you can help support is, one, by leaving a like if you're watching this on YouTube, or by leaving comments and reviews on whatever platform that you listen to podcasts on. Shoot. And really, the biggest thing that you can do is simply just share with, people that you know, if you think that they would enjoy this, or find some type of value in it, or whatever else. If you just think that they would like it, it's the best way that you can really support. It's just by sharing But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'm really enjoying this series, and I can't wait to see what happens next, and share it with you guys. And also music. I can't wait to get back started on the music once I get this mic up and running, because I need a phantom power and everything. But anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will check you guys next time. See ya.